Welcome. Welcome aboard, welcome back, welcome home, completely and totally, as always, dependent on where you are in relation to these messages, this energy, this week, this everything, right? This is the week of the 25th of October through the 31st of October, 2021. Yeah. So let's talk about what's coming up this week. We start this week with a Gemini Moon. And on Monday, we've got a grand air trine, right? The Moon, Mars, and Jupiter. So, I mean, that's decent energy, right? Lots of feelings, right? And so with Jupiter and Mars and the Moon, you're going to be feeling, right, that Gemini energy, that limitlessness feeling, right? And with Jupiter and Mars, you're going to want to do something about it. Here's my best option for you. If you really want to do something about it, do it early, because 4 o'clock Central Time, the Moon moves into Cancer, and those feelings are going to shift, right? They're going to, they're going to drive, oh yeah, see, there you go. They're going to drive that motivation inward, right? Homeward, centerward. And as such, later, when the Moon trines the Sun, that beautiful Scorpio Sun, right? You're going to have Cancer and Scorpio energy, right? This is driving you definitely homeward, inward, centerward, toward union, toward deepening. So be mindful, right? It's kind of an inward expansion day as the day goes on. On Tuesday, we start out with the Moon in conjunct Saturn, right? And then squaring Chiron, right? So that's interesting. And then later in the day, the Moon is going to sextile Uranus. And in the evening, we've got a Venus-Neptune square. Right? That's kind of a big deal, right? So the early part of the day on Tuesday might be a little uncomfortable, right? With that Moon Chiron square and Moon Saturn in conjunction. So this is about, am I really honoring my healing journey? Am I really dealing with my forward motion, my progress? The way that I feel, is my lifestyle and practice supporting that? And by evening, when Venus in Sag squares that Pisces Neptune, I mean, here's the deal. Neptune is still retrograde, right? So there's a little bit of less of that dreamy, swoony kind of, oh no, it's okay kind of aspect. But, right, the Moon is, there's just so much going on. So deal with the emotional peaks and valleys of this day, right? The veil is present. That Neptune veil definitely is there. But use all of your senses to gather information, right? You don't just need to like look at a thing. You get to smell it and taste it and touch it. You don't just get to hear a thing, right? You get to you know, dive in with all of your senses. So don't just rely on one aspect to give you information, right? Make that data gathering like total. Don't just narrow your focus. On Wednesday, right, you might have some rough dreams. You know, that Venus squaring Neptune energy is going to be kind of amplified because the Moon is going to square Mercury, right? So it could make for some rough dreams, right? But then later on in the day, we've got some pretty, I mean, interesting aspects, right? Interesting aspects. So do your processing early, right? Because by dinner time, the moon is going to oppose Pluto. And so you may want to, Wednesday evening, be practicing the pause, right? You can be that fearless spelunker, right? Even with the moon in Cancer, you can do it. Because we're going to be opposing Pluto, right? That beautiful Capricorn Pluto. So you can dig in with your feelings if you're in the habit of doing the work, or if that's the way that you'd like to function, or you can feel overwhelmed. In any rate, I just highly recommend that you are present. Right. On Thursday, we've got a T-square, right? That Moon, Sun, Jupiter. And then we've got a Venus-Jupiter sextile. So here's the deal, right? Venus is in Sagittarius. We know this. And Jupiter is in Aquarius. So this is kind of that touch and go flighty energy. Like, I don't really want to put my feet down on the ground, and that's okay. But don't act rashly. Especially in your one-on-one relationships, right? Because we've got the moon squaring Mars early in the day, and then the moon moves into Leo. So explore the concept of your feelings and mind your ego, right? Always honoring your feelings. Just mind your ego, right? And how your feelings are shaping your identity. Find the places where it's hard, right? Don't take yourself off the hook. Don't give in to your excuses, right? Just dig in where you have to. Especially later on in the day, we've got a moon opposition to Saturn and trining Chiron, right? Which gives you the opportunity to really create space for your own practices, but don't back away, right? Like, don't show fear to your ego. Dig in, right? You got a Leo moon to do that work, so just, I mean, go for it, right? There's a lot of sweetness on the other side of any bullshit story you might tell, if you can clean that out of the way, which is kind of nice, right? On Friday, the moon squares Uranus, and then sextiles Mercury and is in conjunct Neptune, right? The first two, Uranus and Mercury, early in the morning, right? So pay attention to your dreams. You might find something amazing and beautiful within them, and let those messages come, right? You might direct your subconscious to decrypt those messages for you. You know, like, how often have you had a dream and then you walk with it, and then all of a sudden you have that wow lightning moment? You know, the moon squares Uranus. Direct your subconscious to find those answers for you, because what I do know is that you can always deepen your connectivity with your intention. So utilize your power. Utilize your power. On Saturday the 30th, wow, there's a lot going on. The majors are the Sun square Saturn. Mars moves into Scorpio, and the moon moves into Virgo, right? And Mercury is indirect to Neptune. So look, we're talking about identity and how we get shit done. And the key here is we are what we do, right? The moon is in Virgo, Mars is in Sagittarius, right? This is priestess energy, guys. This is magic. This is mysticism. I understand that Virgo is a picky, fussy sign, but here's the deal. Virgo is exacting. Virgo doesn't tolerate fluff, and neither does Scorpio. So utilize this energy. Open your mouth, right? Speak your identity into action. No one can do it except for you unless you consent to their assessment of you. And if you don't consent to their assessment of you, and you still allow it to shape your identity, then you are consenting, right? So be in that expanded space, right? This is a beautiful opportunity. And then as we move into Sunday, right? Halloween, the big deal aspect is later on in the evening, right? Almost going into Monday when Mercury trines Jupiter. So this is about really being able to speak and claim your own identity as healed, right? Really allowing your shift and allowing that update to your narratives. So do you dare to dream big this week? Do you? You can. Here's the deal. If you don't dream big, then you're limiting your potential. And like I said, we start this week with that Gemini Moon, and we've got a lot of Jupiter, a lot of Neptune. So if you're in touch with your subconscious, you can call in whatever you want. So I might highly recommend to you that you dream as large as possible. Because really, I mean, why not? Dreams are all over this week. Neptune is all up in the business. So don't limit yourself, right? We've been under the veil for quite a while. We've had that that kind of like the bar has been down, right? Like we've been in ready, set mode for quite a while. And we're kind of, you know, we've been working on stretching and waking up slowly, right? So that, oh, we got two. Okay, we're going to take them both. So that we don't pull anything, right? Because we don't want to do that. But we're really digging in now because we're getting ready to move into full motion. So let's have some conversation. Monday, right? We talked about this as a grand air trine day, right? Do it early because later in the day, the moon moves into Cancer. So this is about really feeling into your limitlessness. So look, we've got the Fool. I mean, come on. And I just want to say this is a reproduction tarot deck from 1709, right? The Tarot Marseilles. And I love it that we have a cat instead of a dog in this Fool. Just FYI, I'm just talking. So we've got the Fool, which is about journeys, trusting your process, trusting. This is faith walk, right? We've also got the Six of Swords, which is transition away from nonsense to smooth sailing. So it's about shifting and changing your ideas, grand air trine, right? All of those feelings, feel into that limitlessness. When you want to do something about it, go ahead, but do it early because you're going to be driven inward, right? Every transition is an inward transition. You can't fix anything in your world that you haven't fixed in yourself. So this is about really trusting that journey and understanding that where you're going, it's all the same place, honestly, because it's all you. Right. Okay. So we've got the Eight of Cups and the Page of Cups. So let's have this conversation. The Eight of Cups, on this day where we talked about, right, being a little uncomfortable, really feeling into those emotional peaks and valleys, and diving in with all of your senses, right, before we have that Venus-Neptune square in the evening. So we've got the Eight of Cups, which is about questing, right? Walking away, knowing that if your heart is not being met, then it's okay to find that place where it will be met, right? Emotional peaks and valleys. And then we've got the Page of Cups saying, if you have the bravery to walk away from that which is not feeding you, which is not giving back to you, which is not really creating that sense of emotional fullness within your soul, simply by walking away, you're already filling your own cup, right? So really dive in, feel what you need to feel, and don't stop till you do. Right. So on Wednesday we talked about by dinner time the moon opposes Pluto, right? So practicing the pause, of course. So we've got the Seven of Pentacles and then the Ace of Pentacles. So again, Seven of Pentacles is knowing what you've planted, waiting for it to come to fruition. And the Ace is that seed, right? It's the seed for all you need to be resourced, whether that's tangible or intangible, whether that's in your hand or your heart, whether that's your self-worth or your worth, your value or your self-value, all of those things. And as long as you're present for it, right, practicing that pause is easy because you know it doesn't matter, right? I've already planted these seeds. All I have to do is wait. All I have to do is wait and be present for it. So, yeah. Thursday, right? This is the day where we talked about not acting rashly, and don't let yourself off the hook, right? Don't give in to your excuses. So, of course, we have Two of Swords here. Yep, Two of Swords. Making sure. So we got Two of Swords, and Two of Swords is about choices and being confused sometimes and having to make choices based on how you feel, because the Two of Swords in regular like standard Rider Waite is blindfolded justice, right, with her two swords. So here we have a cross of ideas. And remember that this was the day that we're talking about minding your ego, honoring your feelings, but minding your ego and not letting your ego get in the way and drive your choices. So this is about really being in possession, right? This is possession, right? This is earth energy. The Queen of Pentacles always in her full embodiment of her energetic. And so this is about being in full possession, understanding that you are fully resourced and that you can take on those hard things. You don't have to let yourself off the hook, and you don't have to let your ego run things, right? That's a choice. That's a choice you're making, but you make it in your head. You make it ideologically before you ever bring it into the real world. And so that Queen of Pentacles is there to remind you to lead with your sense of being fully resourced as opposed to any idea you might have of scarcity. Friday we talked about allowing your subconscious to decrypt any kind of messaging that you may have been missing out, right? So we've got the Knight of Cups and the Magician. The Knight of Cups is about letting those dreams come, right? This is about being awash in the waters of magic and mystery. This is that beautiful energy of being connected with your subconscious. And then that Magician is about utilization, right? So we've got the liminal and the actual, right? We have the subconscious and the conscious mind. So what is the Magician except a master of all of the elements, right? Including himself, right? That's the key. We are the master of ourselves with practice, right? And so whatever we're doing in our emotional dream state, we get to deepen our connectivity intentionally, right? On Saturday, boy, so we talked about this as that identity, getting shit done, function in action. We are what we do, right? The moon moves into Virgo. Mars moves into Scorpio. So we have all this earth energy. I mean, we've got the moon in Virgo here. So we've got the Eight of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is mastery, right? This is how we get shit done. This is how we function. We are what we do. This is the card of mastery through daily action. I am my choices. I am my choices. I am my choices. I am my choices. You're the sum total of your choices all the time. this is about remembering that it doesn't matter how long it takes, right? The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight in the deck, but guess what? He always gets where he's going. Always. Always. So it doesn't matter how slowly you're going as long as you're going, right? As long as you're doing this over and over again every day. It doesn't matter how slow you go. It only matters that you go, right? And so we have the Seven of Swords and the Devil. So Sunday we talked about this opportunity, right, to speak your identity as healed. Allow that shift. Allow the update to your narratives. Well, guess what? We do have Moon in conjunct Saturn early in the morning. We've also got the Moon in conjunct Chiron. So contemplating, where are you in conflict? Where are you bringing forth old stories, right? The Devil is about those attachments. But if we're updating narratives, right, then we don't have to worry about this. This is the day to dream big. This is the day to speak it into existence, right? To not let these ideas, these conflicted ideas, deceive you, right? Seven of Swords is about deception and self-deception. It's about letting your ideas or your beliefs either come from someone else or come from an old story. So this is really a reminder to update that narrative and dream as big as you possibly can. Look, we've got over and over, okay? So again, who you are is the sum of your actions. What you are is what you do, right? So be in alignment. Take this leap over and over again. Be in service to yourself over and over again, simply because you're the only one that has to be in service to yourself, right? There is no other way to be. And to get function, right? You have to be in service to yourself, both subconsciously and consciously. Otherwise, you're going nowhere. And nobody wants that. I mean, I don't think anybody does anyway. Let's talk about trusting the timing. Trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out, right? Time is not running out. Even though everyone seems to think that it is. So often, those who feel like they're here for a reason sense that time is running out, and they spend their life worrying that they might miss their moment. But the only way to miss your life or your moment is to spend your time worrying about missing it. It's never too late to answer a calling, and you're never too old, right? The tides of your life are magnificently orchestrated to come in and out in perfect union. Don't race ahead and ride a wave that was never meant for you, right? So we're taking our time, knowing how things flow. You'll waste your precious time and energy when instead you could be enjoying your life. Everything has a season, and you're being called to trust the one you're in. Don't let impatience, comparison, competition, or paranoia disturb the seeds. It seems that everyone has anxiety these days, constantly scanning for something they might have missed or a possible threat. Keeping our mind and body pointed in the same direction as our soul is near impossible at such reactive speeds. Right now, you're being reminded to take a breath and trust the wave you came in on. Trust the season you're in. Time isn't running out. There's plenty of time. There's no rush, and it's never too late. I mean, you know, we have this concept of time in several different places here, right? And I think that the only concept of time that we can get stuck in is this loop if we're not paying attention, right? If we don't trust that timing and trust our presence in the journey to be that event horizon of time itself, right? that is definitely, definitely a way to be present in the moment, as that chooser, as that active ingredient in your own life. And I mean, I guess that there are plenty of ways to opt out of that. But, you know, we've got so much Saturn that this week that if you opt out, then you're going to be surprised when you're not driving your own bus, right? And the universe definitely wants you to drive that bus. So these literally were just hollering at me from the shelf. So 2 came out, so we're going to read them both. So we got this gorgeous eagle card. I mean, just gorgeous, right? So beautiful. All-pervading power. Truth seeker transforms karma. This noble eagle emanates the light of the sun. This great bird is both physically and spiritually strong and represents mastery over the elements of fire and air. When the eagle appears, you'll soon be thrown into the karmic fire for the sake of your transformation. The eagle pushes us to be our best and brightest selves and stops at nothing to see us shine. Grasp the sun in your talons and hold on for the ride. You are stronger than you think. Right. Yeah, it's all there. And then, I mean, dude, I love these wild unknowns. They're so great. Look at this beautiful cosmic egg. Woo, completion, harmony, the infinite within the finite. I mean, okay. The cosmic egg is the final card in the journey of the animal spirit deck, right? It's about releasing and letting go, y'all. It represents the unfolding of cosmic consciousness. This state emerges after we have tread the path for quite some time, and through self-effort and grace, we experience self-revelation. A sense of contentment and oneness spontaneously arises within us, and the veils of our self-limiting beliefs are lifted. When the essence of the cosmic egg has not been activated, we may feel as though we will never get there, or that we travel alone, disconnected from others, right? So this is about trusting the timing of that journey and understanding that where we're going is always in the right place. Even if our encounter with this card is brief, appearing as a momentary glimmer or flash of interconnection, its potent energy stays with us. The cosmic egg is a remedy for the fragmentation of modern life. It's through the power of this card that we are reminded of the cosmic contract written at the beginning. We hold on to life, and life holds on to us. The journey is complete, but it does not end. Look, we've got journey and transformation and trust and brand newness and release of all your old patterns and really stepping into the present, right? Being in this world and in your spirit world as well. Trusting that timing and just being present. That's all any of us can ever really do, right? That's how we dream big. That's how we create. That's how we co-create. That's how we call in everything in our lives. Yeah, just be that witness, y'all. And the thing is, be the witness to your own beautiful journey, because you're brave and powerful and always in the right place. You're a walking miracle, so dream from that place. I do want to say we've got a new moon coming up at 12 Scorpio on the 4th of November, which is also my BFF's birthday. Happy birthday, BFF. Venus is getting ready to move into Capricorn, and I'm going to do a little special reading before this next full moon. We have 6 full moons coming up at 27 degrees. 6 full moons in a row. That's half a year, beginning with a lunar eclipse energy, right? 6 full moons coming up at 27 degrees. So if you have chart activations like planets or house cusps around 26, 27, 28 degrees, these next 6 months are going to be huge for you. I am particularly interested in that because I have a ton of planets at 26, 27, and 28 degrees. So if you do, or if you'd like to know what that might mean for you and what it will mean for us basically cosmically, keep an eye out for that. I'll probably be doing that within the next week. Other than that, big blessings, guys. This is going to be a pretty good week. It should be. Just stay present, right? Stay present. Be in both places. Be in both worlds, right? Be in all worlds. How about that? Yep. Blessings. Big time.